of all, salute. All glory to the Most High for allowing me to do this live and placing this on my mind. And thank all you guys who support and rock with the channel, my day ones, my day twos, my day three subscribers, and everybody who knew who about to come to the channel. Now, this live right here is gonna be a live where it's about to get a little deep. Okay, you're about to get the old 504 cut when I went viral on the internet. I'm gonna connect some dots. Okay, the United States of America has been playing all the citizens. Salute, sunshine. They've been playing all citizens, right? The CBDC is a digital banking that has been in place and is designed by the WEF, amongst other individuals of power. Okay? Executive Order 14067 is Joe Biden signing in March 2022 about digital currency. Okay? Now, the reason why I say we've been played, you guys see in the thumbnail, there's an old paper dollar of a food stamp bill. Okay? You guys remember they said it was trying to save the trees and all those things. So they took away all of the food stamp dollar bills out the system. And what they did, they put all food stamps on a digital card. Food stamps is now digital. That right there, years ago, was the test run. In the comment section, if you're American, you guys remember the paper dollar food stamp? Right? The paper dollar food stamp. If you're in here, you know, put a thumbs up if you remember the paper dollar food stamp. Okay. The digital banking, it already started when they did that with the food stamp. See, that was a test run. You got to remember, these individuals have nothing but time to sit down and literally plan to make our lives a hell, for them to gain more control. You remember, they had individuals get book of food stamps, and then somebody in your family might give you a book, or you go buy your book. People selling them, all kind of things was going on. To stop that, what they did, they went digital. So the system been in place. We just ain't pay attention to where the direction it was going. So now, with the system already being attacked and test runs already been ran, yes. Salute. With test runs already been ran, they're ready to wipe away and make the dollar bill crash. And that's what the secret meeting was about. It was about why we were being entertained. They were buying up all the farmland and buying up everything, meaning you will work with them, work for them, and then you will have to come right back and get the things you need to survive from them. This has been a game since the beginning. And guess who started the WEF? Guess who started the New World Order? That's right, King Charles. On Spectrum Development, it's the first video if you click on it, where I break it down and I show the things that expose that he actually, it's a video where he actually started the New World Order, King Charles. Now, since he's the king, everything is in motion. That's right. It's all in motion. Because guess what? They want to make sure the king get his taxes. The king own everything. Right? The king own everything. Klaus Schwab is a puppet for the king. All of them. They're puppets for the king. The king is the individual. Remember, royal don't have no value. Klaus Schwab have a value. Bill Gates have a value. All these individuals who are in that individual, the king don't have a value. So this is why he owned 90% of the land in Canada. This is why United States is labeled as a corporation, because it's a corporation that's owned by him. The royal family owned the world pretty much. And this digital banking system is designed by people they put in motion to make sure that they can watch the money, how it's being spent, where it's being spent, who's spending it, and who getting what, and how much of them getting it. And the United States already got a system in place where they already did digital banking, and that's that food stamp in the thumbnail. If you had paper dollar food stamps and now you got a plastic card where you're buying food with, the United States of America was the first people that did a test run on their citizens. And they did it back in the 80s or early 90s when they pulled the food stamp dollar out the currency system and went to the card. Yes, that's right. That's right. 504 cut. If you hear this story anywhere else, 504 cut has broke it. It went over our head. The digital banking system, it started in when they pulled the dollar food stamp out of the currency market and they started putting cards in people's hand. That's right. That's right. So if you hear anybody else saying this, it started with 504 cut. That's right. So the direction we're going now they about to go full blown, like Sunshine Vibe said, universal income. The credit score system that China run off of. They're about to go full blown with that, because Biden already signed an executive order that actually put it in play to the point where, salute JB, put it in play to the point where they want to. That's why they hired IRS agents. I mean, everything is full circle. Everything is full circle. The reason why China could have balloons flying across the whole world spying on everybody, because the WEF is China's first go-to system. They want to use the same system that they started in China. Yes, the whole thing is to keep the citizens of America, right? Because the citizens of America, they still have military-style guns and they still have all these different things. To keep the citizens in America asleep while they can maneuver the guns away and do all these things and then enforce these systems that they're trying to implement. America is the only country that's actually stopping a lot of these things from transferring right now, and it's because of the Second Amendment. Canada, Justin Trudeau, he just passed the law where he's trying he's trying to ban hunting guns. Now, what people hunt with? Rifles. Once you take the rifles out of the system, then then NATO can come in. California already passed the law where you don't have to be a citizen to come in and be a police. China already have a military police station in New York. These things are going on real time right now, all over the world. You guys seen Joe Biden on national TV talk about a budget when he just gave Ukraine all sorts of money. All sorts of money. Now, why is it that when your citizens' Social Security checks and your citizens' your citizens' benefits are in danger, why both parties can't come up with a plan within 24 hours to keep that flowing like they did to kick out money to Ukraine? Because all of them cahoots. The whole system is cahoots. It's cahoots. It's royal family and secret meetings, secret societies, kings and queens, cousins and family members who are running the show. That's all it is. That's all it is. And to think that we in 2023, and to think that in 1990s, early 90s, that the digital banking system went into place when they took the paper food stamp out of the circulation, they 30 years ahead of their plans. They're 30 years ahead of what we think of. And they do it right in front of our face. They just hope that we have short-term memory. Yes, the bloodlines. And they hope that we have short-term memory. I'm coming to the comment section to see what you guys got to say. You know, they hope that we have short-term memory. 30 years ago, you know how many people died from that generation that was adults that died, and they're not here to say that, yeah, we seen paper dollar food stamps. They're not here to say that. So if anybody is a 2000 baby, they know nothing about paper dollar food stamps. But this is how 40 years ahead of the citizens. So when I get people in the thing saying going against one another, left, right, Republican, Democratic, this is why I would say one bird, two wings, because the corporation is still a president at the top. But who does the president actually work for? He's running the corporation. So who does he work for? Isn't it funny that salute, Dan? Isn't it funny that the Queen? Isn't it funny that King Charles, the royal family, own 92 or 93% of Canada, skip over America, and then they own South America? Isn't that ironic? Isn't that? I mean, why would they skip over? Isn't that ironic? Salute, Priscilla. You know, so when you look at it, the digital banking system was a test run 30 years ago with the food stamp dollar. It was a test run. You know how many paper dollar food stamps they had circulating? How many books they used to give people of paper dollar food stamps? And then all of a sudden they just took it off the market and went to putting cards in people's hands. That was the test run. So now they're ready to go full blown. And they was hoping that that generation die off or have a short-term memory. This is deep. This is really deep. And if you hear anybody else on the internet talking about this, I'm the first person that thought about it and bringing it to the front street of the digital banking system already been in place for 30 years. 30 years. If you hear Redact saying this, they didn't watch the channel. If you hear Canadian Prepper saying, anybody who you hear saying who got numbers, they didn't heard the channel. And the reason why this channel is bigger than what the numbers actually show, because they keep setting it back and resetting the numbers on this channel. Yeah. I mean that's the thing about it. You know, the news, the news really don't have news because it's all controlled. You know, those individuals control the news, control the narrative too. You know, I got a video on spectrum development where I talk about the news. Think about it, right? The news is N. The N mean north. E, that's east. W is west. S is south. You just cover all four equators of the earth. So that means that you can spread your news from corner to corner of the earth and control the narrative to all the people. You guys caught that? You guys in the comment section, y'all know that? That's why it's spelled news. That's why it's spelled like that. W, north. E, east. W, west. S, south. That's the sprayed pepper. That's the sprayed propaganda across the whole globe and connected. That's why all news, they run the same stories. And that's why they run the same stories. That's why you got CNN, for example, and I know my subscribers all over the world. CNN, they come off as if they're Democratic. Fox News come off as if they're Republican. But yet, they can sit down and have a brunch with both parties, and they and the parties attending the party, celebrating and having fun. So if you don't like one another, right? Why are you hosting parties, smiling and having wine and sipping and eating cheese and stuff? Because it's all the same team. They done their job. Their job was to spread the story fast as possible to the north of the world, to the east of the world, to the west of the world, and down south. They done their job. Because when you go up the ladder, it's all owned by the same person, same people. Yes, this is why the channel it grow, then the subscribers start dropping, then and this is why I got this is the perfect example. I got 46,000 subscribers and I can't get 100, 200 people in my live. Think about that. I got 14%. The analytics show me 14%. That's all notifications. That's like 10, 11,000 people, right? And I can go live and people don't get it. Look at the views on my channel. Look at the videos. All those subscribers and the views are barely going over 500 per video. Think about that. They don't want what I'm saying to spread to other people. It's a reason behind all this stuff. They don't want this kind of conversation to be out there because it'll wake up too many people. It'll wake up too many people because if you guys been rocking with the channel, all I talk about is unity. And I talk about unity among the 99% because the world is controlled by 1% and reigned by like 2% of people. But it's controlled by 1%. And I always talk about unity because think about it like this, right? Those individuals in Ukraine and in Russia, people lost their lives. But have you seen the leaders on the battlefield? Have you seen any of the leaders' families on the battlefield? You're not. But they send somebody else's sons and wives and daughters and cousins and nieces to go on the battlefield for a dispute over something that God owned. They don't own it. God owned it. But they want to control it. They want to control the resources that it provides. Salute, G. You know, and that's the thing about it. So the digital banking system, right? Klaus Schwab, the WEF, and King Charles already had this in play. I'm gonna say this. King Charles, the founder, right? He's a part of the WEF. As a member, he the one who came up with the New World Order. Now, when you are royal, right, you're not gonna be just a member, you're gonna be the owner, right? King Charles, the founder of the New World Order, WEF, digital banking system. Biden signed an executive order 14067, right? All these things already in motion. And the play was 30 some years ago, the test run was take the paper food stamp off the market and you will see how the people react. And we're going to test them for 30 years and see how they react. And we're going to gradually move it in. We're going to crash the dollar, and then we're going to get these chips and computers and everything else up to par where we can track, watch, and put everybody on surveillance. And you will own nothing and be happy. You will own nothing and be happy. So this game plan, the game plan been in existence for 30 years. And it probably been obviously it's before that because they took the food stamp off the market. So they've been planning that probably since the 60s or 50s. Game it been now. It been like that. And while we think about it, you got all of the businesses buying a house. They're buying the houses, so the housing, everything is inflated because those who supposed to be in the 1%, they got companies and other people names and things of that nature, and they buying up houses and they buying up all these. Listen, I mean, I could go on and on. America didn't have food shortages in the stores until Bill Gates bought up all the farmland. Until the elite, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, when you had farmers, middle class, hardworking people who were farmers owning the farmland, there was no food shortages. But when Gates came in and started buying up the farmland, Jeff Bezos, all these 1%ers. Now, he already told you he wants you to eat plants. Another guy, he said he wants you to eat bugs. So if they're buying the land up, what's the incentive in for them to keep on making the product that you need? I mean, make it make sense. So they buy it and just shut it down. They really don't provide anything. They just hold off on it and let it sit there. And nobody can force them to do anything. And guess what? They still don't pay taxes because it's agriculture land. So they could make all the money in the world off it and then don't pay taxes because it's agriculture land. They got a couple of cows, a couple of sheep, a couple of goats. It's agriculture land. That's why they don't pay taxes. This is why they don't pay taxes. You do, I do. They don't. Yeah. They don't want these kind of videos going too far. Salute. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Y'all tell a friend that this digital banking been in existence for 30-something years. And if they challenge you on it, tell them look at the food stamp dollar. It was in existence, went on a card, and it's gone. Salute.